You know, when you think of Germany's Rhineland-Pfalz region, what comes to mind? Probably rolling hills, fairy tale castles, and some of the best vineyards in the world. But beneath that beautiful surface, there's a really intense battle going on. Today, we're going to break down how this region is fighting a two-front war, one against organized drug trafficking and the other against the addiction crisis itself.
Omnipresent. Wow, that's a heavy word to use for a place so famous for its beauty, right? And that contrast, that's really the heart of this entire story. A hidden crisis that demands a pretty unique response. And that's exactly what we're going to get into.
So, how in the world do you tackle a problem that's basically hiding in plain sight? Well, in Rhineland-Pfalz, the answer isn't some simple single solution. Nope, it's a complex strategy that actually starts with force, a really direct and powerful message to the criminal networks.
Okay, let's dive into that first front, the crackdown. Law enforcement here is sending a very clear message to drug traffickers. And believe me, they're not messing around.
I mean, we are talking about huge coordinated raids across major cities like Mainz, Worms, and Trier. These are not small-time busts. Get this, just one of these operations led to 12 arrests. Plus, they seized massive amounts of drugs, firearms, and a whole lot of cash. This is about hitting organized crime right where it hurts. It's infrastructure.
To give you a better idea, just look at one operation in the city of Trier. It uncovered trafficking on a massive scale. The police seized kilograms, okay, not grams, but kilograms of cannabis and amphetamines. That really paints a picture of the sheer volume of drugs they're trying to get off the streets.
But force? That's only half the equation. While all this is going on, Rhineland-Pfalz is fighting on a completely different front, one that's built on compassion. Let's call it the helping hand. And honestly, they're rolling out some truly innovative ways to handle public health and addiction.
And what's really interesting is how proactive this is. Instead of just waiting for people to ask for help, mobile teams in Mainz are literally going to drug hotspots to engage with people. Over in Trier, they're connecting addiction support directly with mental health services to treat the whole person, not just the symptom. And, to tie it all together, there's a central state office making it easy for anyone to find the help they need.
So let's just lay it all out. On one side, you have the crackdown. That's all about raids, arrests, and taking down organized crime. But on the other side, you've got the helping hand. Mobile teams, integrated care, all focused on the well-being of the individual. It's this really intentional, powerful mix of enforcement and empathy.
So you might be asking, why is this two-front approach so critical right now? Well, a big part of the answer is the type of drugs flooding the streets. We have to talk about the rise of synthetics because the human stakes here are incredibly high.
The source material points to one drug in particular, crystal meth. Now, we know it's a synthetic stimulant and it's super addictive, but it's the absolutely devastating effects it has on a person's mind and body that has health experts so worried.
Listen to this quote from health experts. It's chilling. They describe the psychological consequences as fatal. They don't use that word lightly. They're talking about it leading to paranoia, to psychoses, and a fast and brutal physical and mental decline. And this right here is why that helping hand front isn't just a nice idea, it is absolutely essential. So where does all this lead? It leads to a unified path forward. It's this fundamental understanding that you can't just arrest your way out of a public health crisis. You absolutely have to fight on both of these fronts at the same time. And that's really the biggest takeaway from the story of Rhineland-Pfalz. An effective strategy has to have two prongs. You need that decisive force to break up the criminal networks, and you need that compassionate support for the people who are caught in the grip of addiction. And what's really important, in the middle of all this talk about raids and health crises, is that the source material ends with this incredibly powerful note of hope. The message is simple. Help is out there, and you are not alone. It's a message of solidarity, pure and simple.
Rhineland-Pfalz is showing us a pretty powerful dual strategy in action. But you have to wonder, in a fight this complicated with so many human lives at stake, is this combination of a crackdown and a helping hand the ultimate answer? It's a huge question, and one worth thinking about.